Since launching in 2017, 51 Labs has had a really good opportunity to work closely with entrepreneurs as they're trying to launch their businesses. This also made us acutely aware of some of the challenges that businesses face as they're trying to launch here in the Kurdistan region of Iraq. In 2021, we partnered with the Dutch Consulate and the Netherlands Enterprise Agency to launch a policy project focused on what were the major challenges that entrepreneurs face in launching businesses and succeeding in running businesses here in the Kurdistan region. We were so pleased to come out of it with a policy paper that goes through some of the major challenges and then provide that paper to the Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister's office here in Kurdistan.
In cooperation with 51 Labs and the Rwanga Foundation, we worked on a policy recommendation paper to boost the entrepreneurial ecosystem in the Kurdistan region. We worked on this for 1.5 years. We had different kind of focus group meetings, we had workshops, we had roundtable meetings, and at the end we drafted a beautiful policy paper that has been handed over by our Minister of Foreign Trade and Development Cooperation to the Deputy Prime Minister Takuba Talabani late March. We really believe in the future, in the youth of the Kurdistan region. I have met so many brilliant, successful young Kurdish people, and especially young entrepreneurs. And via our Orange Corners program, you have a heavy year and full program to be trained or to be coached to become a successful entrepreneur. You get some financial financial trainings, marketing trainings, legal trainings. So all what you need to start your own company is during that half a year. But we really believe in the future of the Kurdistan region by the amazing youth of the Kurdistan region, and we are fully committed to continue this. So our Orange Corners program will continue as well in the coming years. We are really, really honored that the policy paper has been implemented and that this leads to this concrete result that now the business registration process will go much smoother and much more transparent as well. It was an honor to work with 51 Labs and the Rwanga Foundation and with the Deputy Prime Minister's office. So it's, we are very, very much satisfied with the outcome and where this policy paper has led to.
From the beginning, the aim and the purpose of this project was to shed some light on the challenges and the obstacles that entrepreneurs in Kurdistan region are facing, but also to recommend solutions to these challenges. We decided to divide this project into 3 phases. The first phase being focus group discussions with more than 20 entrepreneurs from across Kurdistan. We decided to do these sessions in 3 languages, Kurdish, Arabic, and English, and focus on 3 main topics. First being tech and tech-enabled businesses, second being female-owned businesses, and lastly the challenges with the process of business registration. The second phase started back in May 2021 with a panel discussion focusing on the obstacles that tech and tech-enabled businesses are facing in the Kurdistan region. We had international experts in the panel, we had government representative, and we had startup representative. Some solutions were shared by the international expert that has been conducted in other countries and that has been working for them. From this discussion, whether the focus group discussions or the panel discussions, 6 main challenges and obstacles were shared by the entrepreneurs themselves. The main challenges that entrepreneurs mentioned relate to various laws, policies, or norms. A brief on the main challenges were complex and costly business registration process. This included complexity and difficulty of the whole process, such as in getting a name, trade, business registered, requirement of a physical office to be able to register, the cost of registration, and the law not covering technology businesses. Limited intellectual property protection, there's a lack of IP protection law enforcement in KRI, and also lack of awareness of the available rights for startup owners. Obstacles with the banking sector and limited awareness of e-payment. There's a lack of use of mobile and digital banking payment that will affect the increase of the revenue for the businesses. There's also a lack of local bank support for startups. Taxation policy that does not favor small businesses. The current KRI's tax policy is unsupportive of or even hostile to startups. There's a digital skill gap. There's an apparent digital skill shortage in KRI across all business functions in organization. There's also limited opportunities for
and understanding on investment. There's a misconception and lack of knowledge on what an investment is and what investment opportunities are available for startups. These recommendations have been drawn from multiple sources. The majority were highlighted and shared by the entrepreneurs themselves during the focus group discussion as answers to the challenges and obstacles they faced. While the entrepreneurs did not have suggested solutions to all of mentioned challenges, we have outlined all of their proposed options. In addition to the recommendation mentioned by the entrepreneurs, there are several proposed solutions provided by both 51 Labs and Rwanga Foundation based on our experience working with and providing programs and services for entrepreneurs throughout the KRI. The recommendation consisted of reforming business registration process, digitization of e-signature, IP, trademark and content protection laws, facilitating digital payments and mobile banking, upskilling of government employees, reforming taxation, increasing awareness of entrepreneurship, development of one-stop shops, using support organizations to facilitate registration, offering paid leave to government employees in order to start a business, introducing a KRI-wide entrepreneurship curriculum. The details and information about each of these recommendations can be seen on the 51 Labs website.
The last stage of this project was to present these challenges and their solutions in writing to the decision makers of the ecosystem. In May 2022, in an official ceremony, the document was presented to the Deputy Prime Minister of Kurdistan Region, Iraq, Mr. Qubat Talabani.
I'm very excited about the current ecosystem for entrepreneurs in Kurdistan. One, we have a very thriving community, we're very creative, they have a lot of great ideas and they're very energetic on how to implement those ideas. But it's up to us as a government to create a more conducive environment for these ideas to flourish. So we understand some of their obstacles, we understand their grievances. We know it's not always easy to start up a business, to operate a small startup in Kurdistan. That's why events like these are so important. Working with organizations such as 51 Labs is so important to get direct feedback from the entrepreneurs so we as the government can help overcome their obstacles. We were very happy to receive a policy paper, policy recommendations recently. I know 51 Labs was very much involved in preparing this policy paper. The policy paper was very much in line with our vision and with what we also assessed the challenges to be. Thankfully, I can say that some of the items on that policy paper we had already started working on, such as shortening the process on how to set up a company. But there are also other obstacles that were presented in that paper that maybe were not so obvious to us. Issues such as transferring shares from one shareholder to an investor and vice versa. So the policy paper was very well written, very helpful and very useful. And I think it's a kind of example of collaboration, an example of how working directly with stakeholders can help shape policy and fix problems.
Nina, we're so proud and honored that we could contribute to this policy paper. And it's a first step that the business registration process has been professionalized and has been implemented. But there's still, of course, some other challenges and obstacles to be faced. I'm thinking about the banking sector, the electronic payments, the intellectual property rights. So we keep on working on those topics, and we as the Netherlands are fully committed to contribute to the entrepreneurial ecosystem in the Kurdistan region.
51 Labs will continue on this journey of supporting the KRI entrepreneurial ecosystem. This is one of many steps we are taking as the link between entrepreneurs and startups of the community and the decision makers of the ecosystem.